Hello everyone, this is Sam with GG&Amen. Welcome back to the channel. And we last left off when we started the fire here to cook our clay things here. Looks like we got about 2 minutes and 40 seconds left, so I'm just going to grab some more clay here while we got a second. Gonna make another shovel. Why don't we make two just in case, because we could always use a bunch of clay. I know we probably won't use it for a long time since we have so much copper, but we'll probably use some later as well. Never hurts to have extra. Okay, so I'm going to just toss the fallen leaves. We don't need those. I got 2 stacks. That should be enough for a little bit. Had some extra, but we don't really need those. Don't need to take up all that inventory space. Looks like we got about a minute left, so those will be finishing up soon. Got some grapes here. Always want to save those seeds. Probably munch on them a little bit too. Get some food back. And I know we have some melon and pumpkin. Those are going to be good for quite a while, so I don't want to eat those right away. Got some squash here. Potatoes take a while to expire, so we'll just leave those kind of as our later food source as well. I think we've got chestnut logs. Let's just cut down one more tree, and then we'll call it good. Rather have more wood than not enough, because we can always toss it. It's harder to gather it once we... Whoa, almost got crushed there. I was going to say, you know, it's easier to grab wood now than later. You can always dump it if we don't need it. And it sounds like our stuff just got done, so that's perfect timing. Alright. Throw that twig. We don't need all of these saplings. Great chestnut. Oak is always good. Throw the chestnut. And then we'll throw the extra sticks. Alright, so let's grab some of this stuff here. There's our large vessel. Oh, ouch. Some of our molds too. And that hurt because they are still hot after being done. So one thing we can do is actually grab this ceramic blowpipe. Oh, and I guess they fixed it. You used to be able to just hold this in your offhand, and you wouldn't suffer any ill effects from anything hot. But, well, I guess they fixed that, and now I'm a little singed. We don't have any water super close by, so I'll just have to wait for these to cool, and then we can just pick them up and throw everything in here. I'm just going to throw our food in here initially, just because it's going to keep it from expiring, and it's better to just throw them in here, so that way we won't have to worry about it later. Alright, we'll close that, start their process. Just so we can look at it here, pumpkin takes 10 months, 7 days. Outside of here, green bay, or green bay, yeah. So 5 days for the green bean. And then it extends to a year, 9 months, 6 days for pumpkins, and 1 month and 3 days for green beans. So just by putting them in a large vessel and closing the lid, it makes everything so much easier. It makes it last so much longer. Alright, I'm kind of afraid to pick these up now. I don't have a lot of health. Okay, so these are good now. Alright, so we'll put copper in there. We can put some clay in there. Fill this other one up with clay. And then we'll start throwing some of these seeds in one. And then we can grab these molds. And we're just completing all of these quests by grabbing these. Alright, now we just need to go into our inventory. Oh, okay. I thought I put this on my back already, but I guess not. So we'll just take this out, grab some of our molds, throw them in there so we can free up a little more inventory space. Break that, and we actually are going to put that on our back. Because if you see that we have it in our hand, we get the exhausted, and that's going to make our hunger go down way faster than it should. So once we put it on our back, we're all good to go. Alright, so I know we wanted to check this out, but I also wanted to kind of go over here in the plains. I'm just kind of looking for a good place to settle. We have the ocean here, which is nice, but I would prefer if we could go over here and find some sort of river. River is really good for water power later, as well. Oh, I just picked everything up. As well as just kind of getting a bunch of fresh water to drink. Because right now we would have to settle either near a pond or something just so we can have some water. As you can see, we're kind of low right now, and it's going to start being a problem soon. So we'll just keep our eyes out for stuff like that. I see some carrots here. Carrots are a good food source as well, so we definitely want to get those. Well, there's a deer there. Alright, I probably won't be able to do much, but let's try. Oh, he ran right into us. Okay, perfect. So the main thing I wanted to get here is the rawhide, because we can use that to make leather. And leather is going to be something that we definitely need for a lot of stuff, even something as simple as the backpack. Backpack is better than the clay vessel that we have right now. It's got a lot more inventory slots, so we want to work towards that for sure. Of course, need to grab some grains because we can always use more grains, either to lure animals to us or just simply to make bread. And there's garnet here. Anything else? Cassiterite, which is tin, which we definitely need tin later. Definitely mark that. Oh, and is this jute or flax? I think flax and jute similar. I can't remember. We'll pick up the seeds anyways. And some beets. I don't think we have beets, but I want the seeds more than the actual vegetable itself. So we can always grow more of these, so seeds are definitely preferable. Okay, now we're starting to get thirsty and we're getting some mining fatigue. So, let's see. Might want to just throw those on the ground for right now. I think these melons, they don't give any nutrition, but they might give some water. And, of course, I don't have a knife to do anything with these. So that's wonderful. Alright, there's my rocks. Alright, knife. I guess I only needed one, but I'm just in the habit of making two. Alright, watermelon. There we go. So now we should be able to eat these, and that should give us some hydration. Okay, just give it a little bit, so I guess that's better than nothing, but we'll just have to roll with it. There we go. That's the vessel I wanted. Alright, I'd rather have the watermelons. Alright, okay, we need to find some water. There's some right above us, so let's grab that first. Okay, some nice, clean, dirty cave water. Just toss the straw for now. So we need an open hand to drink this. Alright, awesome. And we did not actually get infected by anything. We would have gotten a debuff of nausea right away. So I'm glad we didn't have to worry about that. And some barley. Alright, I'm going to have to start throwing some stuff. I don't need dirt. I don't need that bladder now. I'm probably going to regret throwing that away, but I think we'll be okay. Okay, and there's more copper here. So, copper, zeolite. Alright, I'll just mark this here. Zeolite. Zeolite. There we go. Alright, I'm remembering to color code. I'm learning. I can be taught. And I see a fruit tree over here, so I definitely want to check this out. I don't think we're in anything... Okay, green apple. I was going to say, I don't think we're near any olive oil or olive trees. So those are kind of the thing that we want, mostly. Probably won't eat this venison before it expires. We do want fruit leaves, but I don't think we can really afford to grab these right now. Probably shouldn't have made so many molds. I think that was probably a really big mistake on my part. But we'll just kind of suffer with it. I can always find more fruit trees later. Alright, and that broke. Let's see. Another axe. If I can do it correctly, that would be wonderful. Alright, awesome. Thank you, God, for this bounty. Certainly appreciate it. Let's check out the map. I don't see anything. It's a salt marsh, so that's going to be more ocean. Don't see any rivers. We could settle near a big pond, but that's not usually where I like to settle down. Should actually check to see where we are. So we're in a temperate climate with an average temperature of 8 Celsius with a decent amount of rainfall. And it's 21, so it's kind of warm. So I think we're more in the south compared to, like a normal climate. There's more tin here. Alright, I'll mark this just because it's a little further away. I would rather have more markers than not enough. Especially when we get in later game. And we need a lot of resources. Alright, I see more pumpkins, so at the very least we're going to grab the seeds. And yeah, I think the seeds were in the backpack. That's one thing I really wish they would change. Oh, no, they aren't. Did I not get pumpkin seeds before? That's interesting. Okay, yeah, one thing I would wish they would change would be just stuff can go right into the backpack. I understand why they don't do it, but, it's just a little annoying to me. Alright, let's just throw that in there. I think we can get sticks pretty easily, so let me toss those. Alright, put that in there. Grab some more seeds, and then we'll be off. Not usually a fan of traveling at night because I just saw a wolf right there with probably more next to it. So we will go way around them because I do not feel like getting bit today. Alright, this is lowland. Okay, so I think this is where, like, water meets ocean. So we could try to go over there. I'll go all the way around this way. Oh, those are more wolves. More wolves to the right. I don't like that. Lord, protect us, please. I don't want to get eaten. Not today, at least. Okay, so this is all mud. I'm not sure if I want to settle here. The mud makes things really tricky when trying to navigate around. I might just cut... It's all marsh lands. I do not like this. This is not the best... I can't say it's not the best spawn. The Lord gave us a good spawn for metals. It's just... It's not the best location for building a house, in my opinion. Marsh lowlands. Wonder if that's fresh water there, or if that's not. I know we have a lot of exposed ore here. And there's some pockets of water, so that's not terrible. So we could try to settle here and maybe go across the ocean later. I think that might kind of be the game plan right now. Maybe settle over here, start a little bit of a farm, that way I can get some of this stuff up here. Because I know that exposed ore... reviewing the footage later, I found that I could have just broken a block of like lily pads or something, and then water would have flown down there and we could get it all. So yeah, I think that's kind of the play here. All right, let's head back there. Oh wait, this is jute. This is exactly what I wanted. Jute definitely is good for later. I think you can make leads with it and lead animals around, so that way if you find some animals out in the wild, you can just grab them and domesticate them. So having a little bit right now is pretty nice. There's more copper over here. Okay, so tin and copper over on this side. It's definitely good to have them close by. Alright, I'll try not to mark as many things here, just because we need to get going. Is this olive? This is olive. Okay, so I'm finding a lot of good stuff. The Lord's certainly giving us a good bounty right now. I don't have the inventory space for it right now. I'll give up the flax because I'd rather have these olive saplings. Okay, I won't just cut down the tree because it's not really worth us to leave it when we're running. Oats. I don't have anything oat yet. Okay, I can always get more bones. We'll throw away the bones. More seeds. Can always use more seeds. So we can grow all this stuff and then have an abundance of it. And always save it later. Make sure we eat some food. Stay hydrated too. That's definitely an important thing. Not fall in holes like that. And I think I see a goat over here. Yeah, billy goat. Okay, so I just see one, which isn't great, and I don't think I want to do anything with that now. I'll just click this jute, and I'll try to remember he's over by the tin and copper, in case we do want to grab him later. I think goats you can milk and shear, if I remember correctly. I know you can milk them for sure, but I'm not sure if you can shear them. I think I might be thinking of muskox, but... Oh, you're going to join me? Okay. Alright, let's go, buddy. Some carrots. Grab some more seeds. And there's another goat. Okay. I might just have 2 new friends here. A nanny goat. Okay. Look at that. Billy goat and nanny goat. Perfect. So this is actually just wonderful. We've been blessed again, guys. I don't know what to say. God is just so great. Alright, let's go. More potatoes. Grab seeds. I think food does respawn every spring or summer. It kind of starts you off in the summer. So we have a good abundance of food. We just need to gather as much as we can. So you might see me every once in a while just grabbing some crops, and I'm going to get a chest and just chuck them all in there. Even if we don't grow them all, at least we can have them in case we need them later. And I think I might just speed up past this. I'm going to probably settle right around here. Let me just call that home with a question mark. Not sure if we'll make that a permanent home, but at least we'll go there for a little bit. And I'm actually a lot closer than I thought, so I won't speed through it. You guys will just have to suffer with me while we walk over here. Oh, don't want to lose the goats. Come on, goats. Let's go. Go to your new home. Alright. Seaweed. Probably don't need that. Is this an olive tree? It is. Okay. Well, I guess I didn't need olives, but I guess it will be good here. Just looking for a good place to kind of just put a small temporary pen for them. I guess this will be good for now. Alright, goats. Come here. I'm just gonna put you in a hole. Don't worry about it. Alright. So I want to also feed these goats every single day. If you saw, the familiarity was at 0, and it's at 6 now after feeding them once. We have to feed them every single day, and when they get to 32, it'll be locked in, where it won't degrade if we miss a day. And then I think 35 is the max for wild animals, and as they breed, get some offspring, that can increase to 100. And you get bonuses for increasing it to 100, so we'll definitely want to do that with these guys. And the sun is coming up, so I think that was today that they got fed. Let's check. Yep, can't feed them again. So, let's just keep that in mind. Let's get some of this stuff on the ground so we can start building, or at least getting stuff situated. I can click the correct button. There, let me move some of this stuff so I can just do this. Make my life a little easier. Okay, so the first thing I want to do... That's not the right vessel. That's not the right vessel either. Okay, you used to be able to crouch and you could see what was in it, but not anymore. Alright, so this is our copper. We want to put this up here so we can remember where that is. Because we're going to need to try to make some charcoal first. I'm kind of skipping the first step and just doing that pit kiln to make copper and get some tools and stuff with that. I'm just going to use this hickory because I'm pretty sure hickory is one of the hardwoods. And the hardwood is actually really good for doing charcoal because it produces more. And I see a moose over there. I might try to hunt him. I think they can fight back, though, so we might wait a little bit on that. But it's good to know he's in the area, because we can get a pretty big pelt off him. Alright. There's one hickory down. We're going to just plant some saplings. I want to be a good steward of the forest. God's virtual earth. Plant a lot of these, because we can come back and grab all these at the same time. And I picked up some fallen leaves, so I'm just going to throw those. That should be good for right now. Another hickory log. Probably need to make another axe after this. Oh! I thought that was going to squish me. I'm really glad it didn't. Alright, another axe. Alright, let's do the trick. It's always a lot faster. It freaks me out every time. I don't think it's going to hit me, but at the same time, I don't want to really... I don't want to chance it, because we're pretty far from spawn. I think spawn was somewhere over here. I guess we're not too far, but still. You know, I don't want to have to run all the way back, just for no reason. Alright, so I'm filling up my inventory pretty full. Got a lot of seeds. Let me just start digging a pit here. There's my shovel. Wonder where it went. I'll just go do it down here in the mud. Alright, we'll fill every one of these up here. So right now, we're just going to fill this with as much hickory as we can. That way we can just cover it up and start burning it. I should have kept one of those. Here, just give me one of these and I'll bring back more. Every time. It scares me. I have played some other games with gravity where it'll just crush you when a tree falls. And it just gives me a little bit of PTSD every time. Like, I don't want to be squished again. Alright, put that back. I know I shouldn't jump. I talk about it. I say I shouldn't jump, and I still do every time. I don't know why. No, it's not going to hurt me. I think I'm full on saplings, because I saw that sapling there and it wouldn't let me pick it up. Alright, that's the wood there. Grab one and go get more. I think I'll just speed through this here real quick. Once I gather it all, then I'll continue. I see a bear in the distance there. Kind of got my field of view up a little bit because I like seeing everything, and I see him over there. We got a neighbor. That's not probably the best thing, just because he's going to be a little aggressive, so we might need to deal with that at one point. Okay, I guess this log that I grabbed at the beginning wasn't what I needed, but we'll just continue uploading here. Nope, rehydrate. Oh, it's all water. Oh. Okay, let's find some clean water real quick. We can hydrate and then we'll plug it. Alright, there's some. Alright, I'm done. Back to work. Alright, I am 2 logs short, but I think that'll be good enough for now. I'm going to cover this back up. And then we're going to use our fire starter. I had to put the blowpipe in my offhand just because I needed a little more room. Alright, a second. Heard it spread, so I think that's good. I can hear it crackling. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay. Okay, I do see a little bit of smoke, so that'll be good. Alright, so we'll let that cook, and then we'll kind of skip the step of not having the charcoal forge, or having the charcoal forge, as opposed to the pit kiln. And I was going to check on the goats, but I don't remember where I put them. I should probably mark that on my map. I know they were near a tree. Or did I cut down that tree? Oh no, my goats are missing. I don't hear them either. Oh, there's that moose. So it must have went over here. Where did those goats go? I know they didn't escape. That's a 2 deep hole. Did I just pass by them and not think about it? Oh, yeah, they're right here. Okay, so there was a tree here. I just cut it down. Okay, so it's late enough I can feed him here. And I myself am getting kind of hungry, so let's munch on some carrots. It'll improve our eyesight, even though I heard that's a myth, but who knows? Some cabbage here. I know I'm terrible. I'm complaining about inventory space, and yet I'm grabbing more stuff. Okay, I'll stop. I think. I can't promise anything at this point. Okay, let's put this down here. That way we can at least use it. That's not exactly what I meant to do with it. I can't put... Oh, it takes up its own slot. Okay, let's take these out. Plugging that back up every time, just because I want this food to remain as fresh as possible. I don't think we need all these sticks. There's plenty of sticks around, like, everywhere. Okay, so we got our goats, we got our stuff here. Can I move this? I don't think so. Why don't I just delete it? Confirm, yes. Alright, and home. Without the question mark this time. This is kind of where we're setting up, so I don't know if we'll stay here permanently. We might just move across the ocean at some point. I don't know how big the ocean is, and sometimes they can be very, very big. So that's kind of a interesting question at this point. We'll just kind of wait and figure that out later. I don't think it's been long enough for our charcoal, but let's just check on it. Okay, I still hear it down there, so we'll just have to wait on that. And I'm kind of skipping the steps that I should, so I'm going to have to make myself wait here. Otherwise, it's just going to end up being I'm going to make a pit kiln to smelt some of that copper, and then I'm just going to end up doing what I didn't want to do because I feel like skipping a step. So I'm just going to probably just do a jump cut here. Once that's done, we'll go ahead and collect that, and just in the meantime, I'll probably just sit over here and wait. Yeah, that's still going on. And I think this takes an entire night to finish, so we'll just wait for that here. But in the meantime, I think it's a good time to read some scripture. So I'm pulling up the verse of the day here. And it looks like we are on 1 Timothy chapter 2, verses 5 and 6. So get a double dose here today. And it says, "For there is one God, and there is one mediator between God and men, and that man is Jesus Christ." It says the man is Jesus Christ. The man Jesus Christ, but I'm putting my little spin on it just to add some flair, I guess. All right, I'll continue. Who gave himself as a ransom for all, which is the testimony given at the proper time. And I've heard this a lot. I'm not sure if it's just my feed that I'm getting on like Instagram or Facebook, but there's a lot of people saying that, so-and-so is an intercessory, or however you say it. They're interceding for you to God. And, the Bible clearly says, not only in 1 Timothy, but I know there's another section. I read it recently. I can't remember. I'm sorry. I'm terrible at memorizing scripture. That's something I'm working on myself. But it says that Jesus is the only one that can talk to God for us. He's the only one that intercedes our prayers. So we need to talk to him, pray to him, and he will take everything that we have and bring it to the Father. Whether that's good or bad, he might kind of take some words and shuffle them around a little bit. So, we still get the basic point across, but it's probably more respectful to the Father. And yeah, he definitely gave himself as a ransom for all of us. He died on the cross for all of our sins. That covers everyone, whether you have a great relationship with him or not. We definitely need to just understand that he made that sacrifice, and that's actually what I'm teaching my kids on a daily basis is we may fall short of the glory of God, but Jesus is there to bridge that gap, and we need to honor him and let him know that, we're here, we want to have a relationship, and we want to make things right. Okay, so I was just sitting here and it started just falling apart. So I'm guessing it's done, and I picked up a few, so that's good. The problem is I don't think I got very much. So I don't think mud was probably the best thing to put on top of this, because 9 out of all of those logs is actually really bad. So I might have to redo that. I mean, 9 is enough for the first, charcoal kiln. So that's not terrible. The problem is I don't have any other charcoal to keep it going. So let me grab some of this stuff I was using before. Or I guess this is chestnut, not the stuff I used before. Got at least a little more inventory to start using this on. I'm gonna need a new axe here. Okay, it wouldn't put it in my inventory. Every time. I think there's 1 or 2 times where I didn't, because I just was looking at something else, probably on my second monitor, but yeah. I think at this point, let's just dig it right here. And that took quite a long time, so hopefully either this won't take as long or I can get more out of it, because that was quite disappointing if it's just going to give me a few. Especially with using that much wood. Okay, let's grab this dirt for later. Don't need all these sticks. And I see there's a pine tree over here. Let's just chop this down. We're just going to deforest this whole area. I know I can plant all the trees again, and there's a giant forest next to us, so I'm not too worried about it. And then, like I said, I'll just replant everything. Probably just find out what's best. So I thought I did some testing, and the best thing was hardwood to use for these. And I just checked out this little pocket here as well. This is just regular water, and then it mixes with seawater a little bit later, like right here. So this will probably be where we're going to grab our water from most of the time. I'll just throw that here. I know I've got some other wood already, so I'll just use that. I just don't want to waste too much time, because I know it took quite a while the first time to even get the 9 charcoal that I have, so let's just use what we have, and hopefully it won't be too much of an issue. Some oak. I think oak was good too, but now I feel like everything that I know about charcoal is a lie, so... Alright, let me cut down a few more trees, and then we will be right back. Oh, that's a bear. Is it 2 bears? Oh, that's not great. I do not like confronting bears. They hurt, and we don't have anything to respond at, so that's not good. I'm not sure if I fed these goats here today. I think I was just sitting there. So, alright, 18. Okay, so the nanny goat's ready to milk, and the billy goat should be ready to assist in the breeding procedure here soon. Okay, so that should be a good amount of wood. And hopefully this dirt will not totally destroy all of our stuff again. So, since it's going to take all night and probably half the day, I might just skip this again. Okay, so here's more smoke. So maybe that is what we needed instead of the mud. So I'm not totally sure. I just hope so. Thought I did some testing earlier and it was fine, but I guess not. Alright, I think I can use gravel for my kiln. So we'll just use this, gravel there, and then we'll put the charcoal here. Oh, okay, I've got one left over. Or is it one less? I think it's one less. Let's try this. Or my fire stick just doesn't want to light it. Does it have to be in rock? Let's check. Where is charcoal forge? All right. Okay, so it does have to be blocks. Chimney in order to work. Air. Bellows. Doesn't specify that it has to be rock, but I think that might be our issue. I don't think I can make cobblestone of anything. Yeah, because I don't have mortar. Sand and lime water. Alright, let's dig this up. And now I need a new shovel. This is going swimmingly. Oh, and I don't have any sticks because I threw the last little batch I had. Here's the stick. We'll use that. Alright, let's try this again. I wonder what other blocks we could use. So I don't know if we absolutely have to use cobble. I know that's what they had here. Okay, so yeah, constructed with 5 stone blocks surrounded. So yeah, it does have to be some sort of stone. I think I might end up having to do the thing I didn't want to do, just to get this going. Because mortar, I need a sealed barrel, which requires planks, which requires a saw. I'm not super happy with myself at this point. I really didn't want to do this, but I guess I'll have to. Alright, our copper here. How much is a bar? Was that just 1,000? It doesn't say. Let's see if we can look here. Getting started. It's just alloys. Might tell us. Okay, so 1,000 millibuckets of bronze. Okay, so 144. I might have it the same. Let's just cook up 16. Just because I don't want to use too much, and if anything, we could just use the saw mold here. So we'll do that, and then we'll come back to this here. And I guess that's why you don't skip any steps, because I tried to, and it did not work out. And now I need more wood. Alright, let's use some of this hickory. It didn't serve us well last time, but I think this will be good enough just for the pit kiln. Okay, so lesson learned, you have to follow the build path, otherwise you are going to have some issues. Just like you need to listen to Jesus and listen to what he's saying and do what you're told, because obviously if you try to go your own way, it's not going to work out. And then you're going to get frustrated like I was. Because I chose not to listen, and I am paying the price for it. Alright. 8 minutes. 8 minutes, and then we can do what we need to. Let's see. Let's see. I'm going to set some of this stuff down. And by down, I just mean toss it on the ground. I just want to make sure that we have plenty of room to throw ingots in if we need to. Let me just get some water. Oh, I picked up chestnut leaves. Alright, there we go. I'm feeling better. Got some drink. Need some food. Living off of carrots mostly, but we'll get some more meat and other stuff in our diet once we get these guys up a little more. I'm just going to make them pretty much breed as much as they can. Get some kids, and we'll, get some products from those kids later. I'm just thinking. Probably want to grab some of these. Just in case. Oh no. Okay, 4 days. I thought these expired already. But yeah, they lasted a month in here, so I'm not too worried about that. I just was a little surprised. I thought they were better off than what they are. Alright, 6 minutes. I don't think there's anything else I can do. Oh, I need tongs because I have hot stuff. That's one thing I don't want to mess around with right now. And I had sticks, but I threw them over here. I don't want that dirt. There we go, sticks. Okay, there we go. Yes, yes, I know goats. Are you ready to get fed now? I think it's a new day. Yep. Sun's rising. They're not ready yet. Okay. They just lied to me. They didn't even want food. Alright, I think this is day 4. That gravel fill. Oh, that's new recipe. Okay, yeah, I guess we'll just give it a few minutes here. Day 3 was pretty much just spent watching the charcoal, and that obviously didn't turn out great. Hopefully this batch will be better. Got some good confidence now that it's smoking pretty good. Just have to remember that we can't use mud. We have to use dirt. And we'll give this another few minutes, and after that, hopefully we'll be good to go. Just make at least a saw, and if not, a hammerhead. If we have a little bit left over. And then at that point, we can just get our charcoal kiln up and running. Wasn't sure which one was the real fire. And then we'll actually be able to progress a little bit. So, yeah, just hang on. We'll make a quick jump cut here, and once it's ready, and we'll be good to go. Alright. Perfect timing. Alright, it's cooling really quick, so let's do this while I'm talking. Just as soon as it sizzled out, I started recording, so hopefully we should be good here. I want to make a hammer with the leftover. And there's going to be a little bit left over, so it's not going to be great. Oh, actually, there's not. Okay, so we have a little bit left over, but that's not too bad. Those tongs take a little bit of damage while it's just waiting. Okay, so now that we have our saw blade, it's hot, so we need to go throw it into water and cool it down. Ouch. Okay. And the hammerhead, it's missing a little bit of copper in it to fully complete it, but we can always just melt a little bit later once we have that charcoal kiln. I'm not too worried about that. Okay, so now we just need to crack this open, take our saw blade, and take a stick that I don't have. I was over prepared. I should have just done all the copper, but you live and learn. Alright, so we'll take these, combine them together, and we have a saw. We can make planks now. So let's cut down a tree and test it out. I don't need more sticks at this point. There we go. Chestnut wood. Alright, we're going to slap these together. And now we have enough to make a couple planks, or a couple actual planks instead of the new Terra Firma Craft planks. And now we have a workbench. Yay, all that work, and we can finally use a workbench. And first things first, I want to get some inventory settled. Because right now we just have everything on the ground. And that's not going to be good for long term. Okay, all the seeds and saplings and stuff can go in here. And we'll just sort it when we're done. Okay, there we go. Okay, we can breathe. We have inventory space. Okay, so one thing that we wanted to make was probably at least 2 barrels. One freshwater, and then probably 1 seawater. Oh, okay. I forgot you can't have more than 1 barrel on you at one time when it's full. So let's just go drop this off over here, and then we'll grab the other one. Okay, so we got those right there. We needed mortar. So we needed lime water, which is lime or flux and water, and that is with... Let's see, I think there's some other stuff besides crayfish. I think there's certain rocks. Borax. Did they change it so flux is only... Oh, here we go. Okay, so... limestone, scute, chalk, dolomite, marble. Okay, we might be able to find some stuff over here, but I think all of this was just rhyolite. Let's see if we can find something real quick. Got a good amount of inventory space. I want to get a quick drink before we do that. What's this down here? Got anything? That's just dirt. Alright, awesome. Rocks. More rocks. There's fish. We can have fish later. Oh, that's what we want. Come here, Mr. Crayfish. Lobster. Either way, you're gonna get eaten. Okay, there's some mollusks If I can talk. Mollusk. Shells. I think we can use those. Okay, so we need to make a stone hammer real quick, which is just this. And then a stick. So we can slap these together. And make flux. There we go. And we'll need flux later, so that's good that we have a decent decent amount of it right there. Oh, is that not enough? I did not math, did I? Lime water. Flux, 500 millibuckets. This is 10,000. Okay, so I need more stuff with flux. Let's see if we can grab those real quick. Where'd that go? There it is. It's floating away. Really don't want to drown. So I'm kind of taking it slow. Oh, there's more shellfish. Get back here. Gotcha. It's getting kind of dark, so it's a little harder to see down here. Oh, there's tin. I wonder if there's an exposed tin. I do see a couple lobsters, though, so I'm going to go for them. Come here, lobsters. Come here, I'm going to get you. Oh no, I'm going to drown. Air. Alright, that should be a decent amount for right now. Hopefully it's enough, but if not, then I might grab some off screen. Just so we can kind of get things going. More flux. Lots of flux. Alright, 20. Hopefully that should be enough. Once again, I did not math it, which is going to bite me in the butt eventually, but let's see. There we go. That was actually the perfect amount. So now we have lime water. To make mortar, we need sand, and we just passed the sand over here. Oh, the goat reminded me that they are hungry. Eat cabbage. Yeah, you guys like cabbage. Cabbage is alright. Not my favorite, but if you cook it up right, it can be pretty good. And that's a hole we definitely don't want to fall in. Alright, let's just get a good amount of sand. And there's some tin over here. Didn't see a lot of it, but we'll just mark it. Okay, 40 should be good. So we don't need a whole lot of mortar. So we'll probably just keep the 32 in here, and then the extras will just go in here. And I guess there's only 2. So that's going to make mortar. That's going to take about 8 minutes. Alright, in the meantime, let's grab a lot of these rocks. And I don't hear anything from our charcoal, so let's check that real quick. And then we'll probably end up ending the episode there. Hey, we have actual charcoal. Look at that. Look at all that charcoal. Okay, so yeah, definitely don't use mud. That's not going to be a good time for you. There. Okay, so now we have charcoal for a little bit. So that's definitely good. $53 charcoal. That's really good, in my opinion. It was a lot of work, but we got there eventually. Uh, there's nothing in this vessel, so let's put that back there. Okay, alright. So at this point, we're just going to call it an episode. We'll let that turn into mortar, and we'll use that next time. This is probably going to be a little bit of a longer episode, since I kind of had to make a lot of cuts. We did kind of a lot of things that involved waiting, and probably going to be doing some speeding up for probably the wood cutting montage, like 5 or 6 times, however many times it was. But thank you for watching. I appreciate it. If you guys liked it, go ahead and leave a like. If you disliked it, leave a dislike. And for the comments, the comment that I want is, how have you seen God work in your life lately? I think that's a good one here. But thank you for watching. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and God bless.
Onward, Christian soldier!